Hi, I'm Dr. David Weed, your host for the Healthy City Fall River Show, where we review the past month's activities in the city of Fall River. Fall River was awarded one of 6 prizes by the prestigious Robert Wood Johnson Foundation this past year for its efforts to improve health, and this show will show you some of the reasons why. If you want to know more about these efforts, visit us at our website, healthycityfallriver.org. We've got a great show today, so let's get started. Our first segment is about recent efforts to call attention to the health effects of our largest and closest source of electrical power, the Brayton Point Power Station. Recently, a number of people who are concerned about the health and environmental effects of burning coal came to our city to start a 60-mile walk from Fall River to Cape Cod. Let's listen to some of what they had to say.
We have to put solar panels on every single rooftop that we can put them on. We have to go door to door and weatherize every single building to make our buildings more efficient and increase their insulation. We need to put wind turbines off our coasts and every single hilltop in this country, and that's going to require a lot of labor. So we've got millions of people who are unemployed, and we have the jobs that they need to do waiting for them to solve this crisis. We just need the political will to say, let's take those people who want to work and put them to work, saving the future.
Excellent. Thanks, Craig.
Thank you. My name is Craig Altemus. I'm the Executive Director of Better Future Project.
And can you tell us a little bit about some of the health effects that coal generation produces?
Absolutely. So when you burn coal, as with all fossil fuels, but coal is the dirtiest of them, you emit things like mercury, particulates, nitrous oxide, lots of really bad things into the air that people then breathe in. And that has a really harmful effect on human health. It increases rates of asthma, of lung disease, of cancer. The estimates are that about 20,000 Americans die every single year from breathing in the pollution from power plants like Brayton Point. And it's just reprehensible that we continue to burn fossil fuels knowing those facts, that people are going to get sick and people are going to die from this. And you know, as with all things, it affects the most vulnerable. Young children, the elderly, those who are sick are more likely to fall ill and to die because of the activities of this power plant. And we just need to stop it. We're calling on Governor Patrick to provide the leadership that he can provide and to use the authority that has been given to him by the legislature under the Global Warming Solutions Act to move us beyond coal in a permanent direction.
And they used to divert the highway, the Route 6, and my mother would be driving me, and we lived in Swansea. I went to school over in the north end of Fall River. I remember the road being changed. And,
Sure.
you know.
Hey, would you guys mind moving up and everybody move it?
I like
Okay.
that.
Great photo. We can get closer, we're all friends. Great. Welcome to Energy Exodus March from Coal to Cape Wind. I'm really excited to be here. I think we should just go ahead and get started. So we're going to start off with Executive Director and Founder of Better Future Project, Craig Altemus.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Thank you all for coming out for what we hope will be a historic march. As you all know, we have a pretty big crisis in front of us, caused by a pretty big crisis behind us. The Brayton Point Power Station, which burns both coal and natural gas. And this station, along with a huge number of other power plants around the country and the world, are threatening human health in the communities that they are located in and increasing rates of asthma, cancer, and lung disease. And the folks in Fall River know this intimately well, and we'll be hearing from a Somerset resident who will speak to some of that. But they also emit carbon dioxide, which, as you know, is causing climate change. And which means we're going to see a lot more superstorms like Sandy and Irene, more floods, more heat waves, more droughts. And we're really going to be threatening the conditions for life on Earth as we know it. We have a very, very delicate balance here on this spaceship that we're sailing through this universe in. And a very slight degree in temperature change can really fundamentally threaten our ability to grow food, which is what really, really worries me, our access to food and water. There are a number of projections that suggest that within the next 17 years, between now and 2030, 100 million people will die from facilities like Brayton Point around the world. 100 million people. That is a very large number. Unfortunately, that number is projected to increase beyond 2030. Most of those casualties, most of those sacrifices from burning coal, oil, and gas are due to the localized health effects that I referenced. But as we continue to burn these and we continue to throw our climate more and more out of whack, the death toll from climate is going to take an increasingly large toll. And some projections by scientists suggest that the casualty rate could be in the billions. Billions with a B. The current top climate science advisor to the German government, which is a conservative government, suggests that there could be only enough food and water by the end of the century for 1 billion people on a planet that's projected to have 9 billion by 2050. So believe me when I say that this is deadly serious. And we cannot allow that plant that kills people to exist for 1 day longer.
May God bless you on your journey.
Hi, today we're marching from Fall River, Massachusetts, which is across the river from the Brayton Point coal and gas plant, and we're marching all the way to the site of the Cape Wind project, proposed Cape Wind project. We're here to tell Massachusetts and the nation that we need renewable power right now, and we can't wait any longer, and that we need to shut down fossil fuel infrastructure if we want a chance at a livable climate. Woo! Woo!
Know that stuff.
Yeah, but I don't even think, honestly,
Who do I work for?
it's not even something they consider at all. They're not, I mean, they might have political beliefs, I'm sure they do.
You can make a PB&J, or you can grab the logo.
I might just, yeah, I might eat the inside of it.
My mode is to stuff as many things in my mouth as possible. I saw that.
Whether you agree with them or not, you have to agree that they're all getting plenty of healthy exercise in the process. Just imagine walking 60 miles. Our next segment is about people getting a different type of exercise as they gathered for the end of summer blast event held at the Abbott Court Park just before school began. Let's take a look at what they were doing.
Alright, jump those hands down by your side. Let's practice.
Put your hands down beside your side. Hands down.
There you go. You sure you want
All right,
to go down?
Jesse. All right, I got you. Okay, Lori.
Face the wall so I can bring you down. You're gonna walk down. Put your feet against the wall. Keep your hands straight here. There you go.
Now, obviously, that's so easy for you. You need a challenge, so you would come prepared with this.
Stay on line, stay on line. Julio, can you please stay in line, please? Give me the...
Princess Ariana. Big mirror right over there to look at. Can I help the next person in line, please?
Stay in line.
It looks like folks had a great time. Those kids on the climbing wall were sure getting a workout. We'll take a short break now, but I'll be back shortly with some other video segments of some of the activities that have helped to make Fall River a prize-winning, healthy community.
You do so many things to protect them, but you may never have realized one of the things that can hurt them. A 16-ounce sugary drink contains 13 packets of sugar. These extra calories can lead to obesity, diabetes, and other health problems. So try some healthier options. After all, they're sweet enough already.
Hi, I'm Dr. Weed. If you're just joining us, we're looking at some highlights of the many healthy activities that have taken place over the month of September in Fall River, all part of the Healthy City Fall River initiative to help everyone in the city live an active and healthy life. Few people realize that over the summer months, about a dozen young people have been working to open part of a trail that will someday extend all the way around Cook Pond in the city's south end. This is part of an effort led by Fall River Mass in Motion coordinator Julianne Kelly to create more open spaces where people can enjoy nature and get some heart-healthy exercise in the process. Let's take a look at what they did.
This year, for the second year, the Youth Conservation Corps has been here, and let me tell you, when Linton and I have talked about this, when I arrived the first day to meet them, the pathway that you're going to walk, I hope, it was a jungle. I mean, it was a wall of vegetation, and it was, what, 95 degrees? I mean, and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if this is going to work. I came back, I think it was 2 days later, and you could walk to the pond. It was extraordinary. It is extraordinary the work that they have done. So I'm going to ask Cedric to introduce yourself and either let them introduce themselves. Or...
My second year on the job, go with Bishop Conley.
I'm Stefan Calise, my first year on the job.
I'm Emily Brown, and this is my first year, and I'm from Dartmouth. I'm Eva Thompson. It's my first year too, and I'm from Seacott.
My name's Andrew Brider-Wu, and I'm from Seacott.
My name's Ashley Cooper, and I'm from Westport.
I'm Andre Ferrero from Fall River. Christopher Correa, I'm from Fall River.
I'm Jonathan Parrish, and I'm from Fall River.
The idea behind the Youth Conservation Corps is to provide meaningful work for young people to get involved in conservation and contributing to their communities. And I think this project is a great example of that. giving them a summer job, working out in a place like this, getting fresh air, and also really creating something that's going to benefit their community over the long term. And so these guys, this is one of 4 different crews that we run around the South Coast, and they spend a lot of their time working for the water department out in the bioreserve in the Watuppa Reservation. They've been working here. They've been working at the tree farm down on Bay Street. So they've really gotten a good taste of a lot of different types of work, working in the city, working out in the forest, and I know it's been a great experience for them, and this has been probably their favorite project of the whole summer. So even though the challenging nature of the work, I think, is actually what they liked about it, that you really, when you challenge yourself, that's where you really get a sense of accomplishment, when you accomplish what you set out to do. So
a couple of things I think we can all agree on is that we all like is that we feel like the work that we do has a purpose, that we're doing this, the fact that hopefully people in the community and the youth will be able to enjoy this, partake. And also, one part of our work, we discovered, that this is nature. Things live here. I mean, it's not just woods. I mean, all the different types of trees, insects, animals. We found baby rabbits, woodchucks, all sorts of bees, wasps. It just really opened our eyes to the reality that things live here. And this has made me a lot more conscious about the environment around me. So I hope that it's kept up, and I'll definitely do my part in my lifetime to keep up with nature too.
And I also want to make sure that we, thank Julie Kelly for her work to set all of this up. Really, these guys have done the trail construction, but before you can start to build a trail, there's a lot of work that goes into plotting it out, getting the permissions from different property owners, getting the city on board, getting the neighborhood associations kind of rallying all the different groups that are interested and getting people to really work together to make it happen. So I think Julie deserves a round of applause for doing that.
Thank you. And my partner at the trustees on that is Kelly Whitmore, who could not be here today. But also at Government Center and a lot of the departments, but who could be here is Jane DiBiasio, who is the grant writer for the city, who has been working on grants so that we can continue this pathway and make it happen. People have responded very favorably, from the school department to South Point, the Bruce Bannister construction, the National Grid and National Guard are all on board or getting there with this project.
Just heard from these young folks, a true collaboration. The Conservation Youth Corps doing this great work, this collaboration with the neighborhood associations, with Father Kelly, representatives from Niagara, Maplewood, the South End, Richard Urban, who has been really a conduit and a thrust behind developing Cook Pond and a pathway, and hopefully, if you could only have the vision, and I know you guys can because you've been out there, of a walking path completely around Cook Pond. It's possible. We can do that. It's not, inconceivable. And when we look at partnership, of course, I left out the private partnership of South Point and the great people who, are allowing that space to be used, good partners in government. I have an announcement to make, and that announcement is something we were holding off on. We were going to make it at the South End neighborhood meeting on the first Thursday of the month, which is only a few days, but for the past several months, since February, Senator Rodericks, State Representative Paul Schmidt, and I have been meeting with the commissioners and folks from the Fishery and Game, and we've been able to secure $500,000, $500,000 for a new fishing pier, new parking lot. We've also, thank you. We've also, and that's a big deal in today's, constricted budgets that we have to deal with. To get that $500,000, and worked with Mayor Flanagan, so that we could ensure that that street would be one of the first paved after that construction is completed. So we'll have Henry Street completely paved. We'll have a parking lot with cameras, with a boat ramp, with a fishing pier that will have lighting. And, you know, this adds to what the work that you've done. Now look at that vision. Now look at the possibility, the probability of how soon, you know, we say, well, 5-6 years to take ramps down or to build bridges. No, we can do that sooner than that. We can actually have a walking path that around Cook Pond, and think of what that would be like. You know, for years, those of us who've lived up here, we've always seen that in the background. You know, Cook Pond, a dirty place where the mills pump their debris into, and no longer is that the case. It's clean water. I used to get slapped by my father for swimming there when I was a child 50 years ago because it was dangerous. It was dangerous. It was dirty. It was tires deep down there, cars, junk. No longer the case. So imagine that beautified, a place where we can recreate and actually go out with boats and fish. The other thing is we're going to have it restocked with fish, which is a major thing, and that's on the horizon. So it's some great things. Again, Senator Rogers wanted to be here also, and Representative Schmidt, but I want to emphasize the work that they did in this project, because without that collaboration, none of this is done alone. It's always done because of a team, and you're all part of that team. So I want to thank you, and this is a great day, Julie. Thank you for what you're doing, and hopefully maybe we'll be meeting here next year, and we'll be opening up another half mile or a mile, and imagine that we could actually make it around. You know, like I say, you know, you look at that point to the south where those apartments are. That's Sophia. That's already beautified. You know, people at McGovern's have beautified that area along there. So we don't have a heck of a lot longer to go. We don't have 15 miles. We can actually do this. So thank you, everyone, all the neighborhood associations, and all you guys.
I want to just say a couple more words about, you know, these things always take a vision, and they take a lot of different people working in different capacities. Mass in Motion is under the umbrella of the Healthy City Fall River Initiative, and Dr. Dave Weed, right here, the photographer, is the director of that enterprise, and so much going on. And after today, probably by tonight, you can go to the healthycityfallriver.org website and see pictures of yourselves, and as you have before. But it's a wonderful way to see the activity, the level of activity that is happening in this community to make it a better community. And Dr. Valancourt is here from the health department, and there are other people that Michael Labasia from the also from the city water department, who works at the bioreserve, the Southeastern Mass Bioreserve, another incredible resource. Mass in Motion, as I said before, the effort is to reduce childhood obesity in Fall River, and by creating even awareness of these resources and access, creating access to them, is an important effort that we all need to be engaged in. So I want to thank everybody that has been involved, and invite you all to lunch and to a beautiful walk down to the pond to see the pathway. So you can grab something to eat first and take it with you, or vice versa.
I would think that it would be tested first before I would.
My big thing about this is that if that water was swimmable, then you could make it a recreation center.
Right.
And then, you know.
Exactly.
Yes, give them a hand.
The water's over here.
Is there lemonade here too?
My daughter just put in a fire pit in the yard, and so every time we go over there for dinner.
What a terrific project. I can't wait until Henry Street is paved and the boat ramp is in. A lot more people are going to discover Cook Pond thanks to Julie and the trustees. Finally, we're going to end with a little music at the Narrows Art Festival held recently at the city's waterfront. Let's take a look at what that's all about.
This is Margot. She's with the museum. She's our president. So, yes, it's definitely worth going in to take a look at. And we have a lot of the things that we carry in the gift shops of my local artists. So we try to carry as much local artist work as we can.
Hi, I'm Patrick Norton, the Executive Director of the Narrows Center for the Arts. We're here at the 12th Annual Narrows Festival. It's a beautiful sunshine day. We got lots of bands, lots of art vendors, lots of great food, and it's a real superior community event. We want to thank the Fall River Cultural Council for being such great supporters of us. Thank you.
And without further ado, would you please welcome Dino Gavoni with the Horseneck Trio.
What a great event. I heard that lots of people came as the afternoon went on and the music was terrific. Well, that about wraps it up for this month. If you've enjoyed any of these video clips, I invite you to see the full-length versions along with other videos at our website, healthycityfallriver.org. Just click on the Related Activities button at the top of the main menu. And remember, you can contact me, Dr. Weed, at cox.net if you have an upcoming event you'd like me to cover on the show. So until next time, I want to remind you not only to keep yourself healthy, but look for ways to make the entire community a healthier place to live and work.